In 1984, a marathon runner named Elena crossed the finish line of the Olympic trials in first place. She had trained for this exact moment for 11 years. Every morning at 5 a.m. Every missed birthday party. Every injury she ran through anyway. And when she crossed that line, arms raised, crowd roaring, she felt something for about 4 seconds. Then nothing. Not disappointment. Not sadness. Just nothing. A strange, flat quiet where she expected fireworks. She would later say it was the loneliest moment of her life. This is a story about why the top of the mountain is never what we think it is. And why almost everyone, including you, probably, is chasing the wrong thing without knowing it. Elena isn't her real name. But her story is a composite of something real, something a psychologist named Tal Ben-Shahar spent years studying at Harvard. He called it the Arrival Fallacy, the belief that reaching a goal will produce lasting happiness. It's the promise our brains keep making us. Once I get the job, I'll relax. Once I hit the number, I'll be happy. Once I arrive, I'll finally feel like I've made it. Here's the twist, your brain is lying to you. Not maliciously. It just evolved that way. Think of your motivation system like a GPS. Its whole job is to get you moving toward the next destination. The second you arrive, it doesn't sit back and admire the view, it immediately starts calculating the next route. That's why the feeling of achievement is always so much shorter than the anticipation of it. The wanting is engineered to last. The having is not. Psychologists call the broader pattern hedonic adaptation. We return to our emotional baseline after almost anything, good or bad. Win the lottery, lose a leg, within about a year, most people report similar happiness levels to before. The arrival fallacy is the specific, cruel twist on this. It's the prediction, made in advance, that this time will be different. That this achievement is the one that finally sticks. It never is. Not because the achievement doesn't matter, but because happiness was never something waiting for you at the destination. It was something you either built along the way, or didn't. Here's what makes the arrival fallacy so dangerous: it doesn't just cost you one hollow moment. It rewires how you treat your entire life. If happiness lives at the destination, then the present is just an obstacle. Something to survive, grind through, defer. You start treating your actual life, the only one you'll ever have, as a prerequisite for a life that hasn't started yet. People do this for decades. They tell themselves, after the promotion, after the wedding, after the house, after the exit. And each time they arrive, the feeling lasts days, sometimes hours, and then the horizon moves again. Ben-Shahar interviewed high-achieving students and executives who described exactly this, hitting goal after goal and feeling less and less, not more and more. The goalposts don't move because they're greedy. They move because the goal was never actually where the happiness lived. So what do? Stop having goals? Become a monk? No. The fix is smaller and stranger than that. It's this. Stop asking, will this make me happy when I get there, and start asking, is this worth doing right now, regardless of where it leads? Ben-Shahar has a phrase for this, combining future benefit with present benefit. Pick pursuits where the climbing itself is good, not just the summit. Where Tuesday's training run has something in it besides suffering for later. Where the work has its own texture, its own small satisfactions, independent of the finish line. Because here's the part almost nobody tells you, the finish line was never a place. It's a moment. And moments, by definition, end. What doesn't end, what you actually get to keep, is however you spent the years getting there. Elena did win that race. She has a medal in a drawer somewhere. But the version of her story worth remembering isn't the 4 seconds on the podium. It's the 11 years before it, the mornings, the miles, the ordinary Tuesdays nobody filmed. That's not the boring part of the story. If you're doing it right, that's the whole story. So, What finish line are you currently postponing your life for? Maybe it's worth asking whether the climb itself can hold some of the joy you're saving for the top.